Welcome to Renovation Conversations, the podcast where we explore how God is rebuilding lives, restoring hope, and renewing faith. Whether you're just starting your spiritual journey or looking for inspiration to keep growing, this is the place for honest discussions, transformative stories, and practical biblical insights. Let's dive into what it means to live a life under renovation, because God's not done with us yet.
Welcome to this week's episode of Renovation Conversations. This is our 50th episode.
We made it.
We've made it to 50,
Impressive.
and in the process, we have brought you ladies on one other time, and we didn't get canceled. So we thought for the 50th episode, let's try it again.
See what happens this time.
Surely we can not get canceled one more time.
Nah, we'll be fine. YouTube, they don't even cancel stuff. We're good.
Yeah. So our highest watched,
Yeah, I think
listened
so.
to podcast was when you two were on.
I'm not surprised.
Now, I was going to say it's because you're so humble and helpful, but
Yeah.
clearly that's out the window.
That's not why.
That's not it. They're
That's
waiting
not
to see the train wreck.
They're
Yep.
waiting for the disaster.
Right. They're waiting to see what we're going to say.
I choose to believe that, but not the train wreck part.
No, I believe it's totally a train wreck part.
No, it's
And tonight will be the same.
part 2 of the train wreck. It's a slow train wreck.
Yeah.
So we're talking still about communication in marriage. We broad stroked it first time, kind of walking through it a little bit. Now we're kind of pinpointing on. I'll share with you guys what it is. It's questions that I have composed that we utilize for counseling.
Mhm.
And so we've pulled out some of the more intense ones, and I say intense. You may listen to them and say, "Oh, that's not a big deal in my marriage," but others might be like, "Oh my goodness, that is what we fight about all the time, or we can't get agreed on this." So I just pulled out the top ones. We talked through them. All of you guys kind of helped me look at them, and so we pulled them together. And so that's what we're going to go over.
It's pretty funny. You guys picked 5, and me and you agreed on 2 of them. We both picked them. Tara and Shayna picked 1 together. And then all of us picked 1 together.
Yeah. Only one time did all
Only
of
one
us
time, only
agree
one of
on
us
all
picked this one because we went through all the questions and picked. He has picked 5. I just copied off Tara, so
You did
it. He didn't. I looked at him.
I tried, but no.
He tried.
But this is made up of this counseling session. I use this in counseling, but it's all the questions, and it's premarital counseling. Typically, is what I use them on. Hopefully, you talk about it before you get married, but a lot of times they don't. I'm sitting with people that this would have been helpful to talk about on the front side, because there's a lot of things you encounter that you don't realize you're going to encounter in marriage. I think it's probably there's a lot of surprises, especially in the first 5 to 10 years. Probably.
Yeah. I don't even remember back when we got married, anybody ever talking about premarital counseling.
No.
Oh, we did premarital counseling.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
He asked us, he was like, Dustin, why do you want to marry Shayna? Mind you, I was still in high school. And Dustin made this big, huge, elaborate, reason why he loved me, the typical Dustin way. And he had all the right words. And he was like, Shayna, why do you want to marry Dustin? And I said, ditto to what he said. And he was like,
Super romantic.
Yep.
But he was so nervous. It was his first marriage. He had just taken over the pastor position he was in, so he was super nervous. So that was literally the bulk. That was our questioning, and
Well, we didn't have nothing.
it would have been helpful though, as you guys have read through. You guys have utilized it in
Yeah.
counseling. It would have been so huge to walk through some of those things.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna jump into it, and just kind of roll through, and we'll talk through together. We'll share maybe some scripture, some thoughts, some ideas, some things we've experienced. And we'll just go for it. So the first question, and all these obviously revolve around communicating in the topic. Communication is key.
Mm-hmm.
So this one says, do you feel like your partner is a good listener, allowing you to finish your thoughts?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Maintains eye contact, gives
Nope.
some sort of feedback to verify he or she understands what is said.
Sorry to cut in on you there.
That's okay. I had no surprises in that.
No.
This is a big deal, and when I first read this question in counseling, it's always interesting. They're like, "There's so much detail," and then I'm like, "Really? There's not." Break it down to how you guys talk to each other. Do you cut each other off? Do you really listen to them? I was so bad about that, and especially early on in marriage. I still have to correct myself and collect myself because I will be coming up with a solution while she's talking.
I got to get it out right
Got to
now.
get it out right in time to get a fight going. But I was really bad at that before. I'm much better at it now, and I could still work on it because I am working on it. So what do you guys? What's some thoughts from you guys on that one?
I'm a great listener.
What about the other half of that?
I'm really good at that first part.
Yep, I'll agree.
I am the best.
Some sort of feedback?
I can let her finish her thought. I will not make eye contact.
No.
Anybody knows me knows I struggle with that. I am working on that, and I will not give any feedback. So
Absolutely none. Even if it's a direct question on, do you think we should buy this now or we should wait until later? And I'll get this.
You like
Yep.
something?
Silence.
I don't have a cricket button. I need a cricket
You
button.
do, because that is you.
That'd be
Yep.
I agree with everything he said. He's really good at listening, but he's not going to look at me while he's listening.
Yeah.
And so even though he is listening to me, I'm not sure he's listening to me because he's not giving me eye contact. And then I absolutely get zero feedback. On the other hand, I don't know that I'm always the best listener because
Oh, sorry, I cut you
I
off.
tend to cut you off sometimes because,
You're not a bad listener when I do talk.
yeah, it's just you don't talk that often.
Mm-mm. Nope. I got all my talking out when I was a little kid, apparently, because everybody said I was really annoying and would never shut up when I was little.
Yeah.
So I got all that out when I was little. So now I don't have to talk quite as much. But no, I do need to work on these things. It definitely, the eye contact is something I struggle with, and the feedback definitely is something I've always been.
Like right now, you're talking, you're looking at nobody. You're just
I'm looking at
eyes
my
down.
notes.
There's nothing on them.
Yeah,
There's not one thing on there. There's
Look,
one sentence.
the
What's it
example that
say?
no marriage is perfect and there's work
what's
to be
it
done.
say?
He's already said it.
Eye contact hard for me.
That's exactly what it said.
You know what? He's identifying the problem.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Shayna, what do you think?
Like for me personally,
Yeah.
um,
Kind of talk through it. How do you feel about,
I'm
these things?
I'm an okay listener. I have selective listening and hearing problems.
Amen.
Selective to what?
Who's talking?
Or the
Or
topic?
yeah, probably
Oh,
the
okay.
topic. Yeah.
Both though. If she doesn't want to listen to you, she'll shut you out.
Yeah.
She does, because sometimes we're talking and we'll look at her and she's like, "Oh, I stopped listening. What were you guys saying?" Yeah, I don't know.
I've
what
seen
you-
that in a few meetings. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I hate meetings.
I am so proud of her though. She has come a long way in meetings.
I just sit there and scroll on my phone because here's
In
what
meetings, she is not a good listener.
no, because a meeting should be 5 to 10 minutes. Get it, spill out what you have to talk about, and then let's move on with our day. We don't need to talk about all the little things. Just get it out. This, that meme that like this could have been an email. I feel like that's every Monday morning. This could have been an email. Why are we sitting here?
Sorry, I brought up the meetings.
Yeah.
Um,
It's hard feelings
But
for her.
So, how did you feel when Dustin always finished your thought for you?
I don't like it.
Who does?
Right.
No, and so here's what we've done.
See, here we go.
Well, you didn't say. Did you have something to say? I was going to tell him what we do now.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, go
Well,
ahead.
don't let her, man. You
No,
go ahead.
You go ahead.
Well, are you going to tell the solution?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So Dustin likes to argue a lot.
Yeah. We all
And
know
he
this.
likes to finish my sentences, and he likes to throw out what he thinks is the solution, even if I'm not asking for a solution.
Mhm.
And so early on, I learned first to tune him out. Second, that if I wanted to get my point across, because I tend to get mad and then I start crying, or I get sad and I start crying, or I get frustrated and I shut down and I just want to run away for a little bit. And then you have somebody chasing after you. Don't run away. We got to talk this out. So
Sounds just like
I mean, that was spot on. That was spot on.
So I learned early on that I need to write out my thoughts. So I would literally write pages and pages and pages of whatever we were discussing or arguing about or whatever. I would write out like what my thoughts are in it and what everything that I needed to say. And sometimes that would take me a long time. And so that way I knew that I could get my point across. I knew that he wasn't going to interrupt me and try to figure out the solution or just not hear me through. And it did work. I don't write near as much as I used to.
Mm.
But so we have come a long way. But we've also been married almost 25 years.
Yeah.
But he still does get occasional,
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
texts.
Hayden provokes it. No, but there's another thing we do also that helps us communicate too. You tell me if you want a solution or you just want to listen.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's what I was leaning towards.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
it goes back to that guy thing. We think we can fix everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
We think like while they're talking, we think they're looking for a solution. Where half the time you just wanted to talk,
They need
Exactly.
or just wanted
Yeah.
to get it off your chest. Where I always had a solution that probably
Yes.
didn't work anyway.
That is absolutely not the truth because you do not give feedback. So you did not
Well,
have a solution.
I had
Well, you had
one.
one in
I
your
just-
brain, but you
yeah.
didn't say it.
I
Yeah.
didn't let it. Come out.
You didn't let
Maybe
it
you
come
should
out.
practice writing it down.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's what I'm doing right now. But I got yelled at. For looking down.
Listen, marriage is a process.
Yeah,
It
and
is.
we talked about this today.
Yeah, it's much better. Than
It
used to be.
changes too over
Mhm.
time. All
Yes.
these that we're going
Yes.
to talk about here, early in marriage was different than they are now. So
Right.
there's different stages too.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've learned just by like when we're in a conversation, whether he's going to have something to give back or if he's just going to let me talk. I've learned it just by his body language. I can tell if he's getting ready to like,
bolt,
yeah, and
run.
yeah, but you are a little better about giving feedback than you used to be. Not
I'm
great,
trying.
but a little bit.
Yeah,
And we also have to realize who we're with, that's their nature.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not changing that about him.
but you just want a little bit of a difference, which is okay to ask for a little bit of difference. But you're not going to, some stuff you might be able to change more than others. But some things you're going to be like, that's who they are.
It's who he is.
As long as
yeah.
it's not negative and actual destruction, tearing down the marriage.
right.
It's sometimes that's our character.
Mhm.
And Hayden's changed a lot just in the time that I've known him.
Oh yeah,
Literally from guy that wouldn't speak in public to like
Mhm.
he preaches on
Yeah.
Sunday mornings on the 300 people.
yeah. But I,
I mean,
still don't look anybody in the eye when I do it.
Oh no.
No, and
I've got this weird glare thing now.
But I also notice you're more willing to give feedback if you know it's like a general conversation versus if you think it's something that's going to lead into an argument. You're less likely to tell me how you feel if you think I'm going to get upset about it.
Yeah,
So,
but she was the queen of fighting early on,
Ooh.
so
yeah.
that was one reason I may have stayed quiet more often.
I could see that,
Um,
didn't you?
Yeah,
I see that character.
it comes natural.
It is.
It came
ingrained.
natural. Yeah.
And so,
I always say she's a Cherokee Indian. You can tell sometimes.
High cheekbones and an attitude.
yeah. So, I think that too is he learned really quick, like, well, if I say this, she's going to get upset about it.
Yeah.
And
And I'll have to go take a plug wire off so she can't leave.
yeah.
Like,
And so he would just,
Things that they have actually done.
yeah.
yes, he would just figure out that it would be easier just to make me mad by not saying anything than to actually cause a fight. So part of that was, I'll own it. That was my fault too for my reactions
Yeah.
to how he communicated.
And in marriage, we've all learned this the hard way, actually, probably more than anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There is such a thing as fighting fair.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because you're going to have disagreements. You're two people coming
Oh,
from
yeah.
two different backgrounds, two different upbringings. No matter how close you may be in nature, you still have a different
Oh, yeah.
outlooks. You have different perspectives. So you have to understand that there's going to be times like you're going to be like, we are not going to agree on this, or we are just going to struggle to get to a point of agreement. And so it's learning to love each other through that, which I think is something we can all testify that we've done that. We've learned to, even though there are times you're like, this is very frustrating, but I know
Mhm.
it's not the end all be all.
And most couples have one more dominant personality in the mix than the other. So, I know he's a very gentle personality. He's a more reserved personality where I am more,
Explosive.
that wasn't the word I was going
Oh.
to
You even said it like,
Yeah. Well, I was trying to get it out there.
look at him giving feedback though. She's about to
She-
explode on you.
You're not in public. We can say that for private. But most couples do. They have one that's more reserved. So obviously, it's Shayna and Hayden are more reserved, where we're more out there. We want to resolve whatever it is. We want to get past it.
We have assertive demeanors.
Yes. And so I think most couples have that, and it's learning within that dynamic how to scale back your assertive personality and pull out the one who is a little more quiet.
And time does help with all that too.
It does. Yeah.
Well, you
But
learn each other,
we
you
could have got better about it if somebody would have talked about it
That's
earlier.
true.
The quicker you learn to discuss things, it does help.
Yeah, it was me.
But like in James 1:19, it says, it talks about, but everyone must be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger.
Mhm.
And the hard thing about marriage is we know everything about each other. You know everything about each
Mhm.
other. It's so easy to be like, I know what's going to make you mad. I'm going to go straight to
Weaponize.
that. We
Yeah.
do weaponize our
We
marriage
weaponize it.
instead of, covering it in grace. And
Yeah.
if we learn to cover it in grace, we're still going to have moments where our flesh wants to weaponize,
Yeah.
but we learn to forgive and love much faster.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. We weaponize each other's weaknesses, and
Mhm.
it's not fair. But I think as we've grown in our relationship with Jesus, we've done that much less.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, we're much more gracious with each other and more willing to step back and give some grace on this.
Well, I think that
Mhm.
slow to speak really comes into play.
Yeah.
Like, take a second before you just say the
Yeah.
attack. I mean, because we know we can cut each other down
Yeah.
in a sentence.
Yeah.
To the point like
Shut down.
it's we're either going to blow up or we're just going to get away from each other.
Mhm.
I mean, we all could do that in one sentence right now because we know how to get to each other.
Yeah. Words
They-
can cut fast and deep.
And
Yeah.
from the person you love the most.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's hardest.
And that's who we're the meanest to usually.
Sure.
We're
'Cause
usually
it's
the meanest.
easiest.
It's the easiest because you know that they love you enough they'll forgive you
Especially
when you're ugly. And
Right.
yeah.
people utilize I've been married this long, we can get through it. Well, that's not the excuse. That's the grace that we've
Yes.
been married this long. It's grace to be married that long.
Yeah.
It can't be the reason why we are okay with it.
Yeah.
So we can't get too comfortable. We got to be willing to
Right.
be like on our toes about it.
Mhm.
So I want to jump to the next question. Talking about finances. And you just said that typically there's a dominant person
Mhm.
in each, and there is. But
Mhm.
also when you go to finances, typically there's one that is the finance person and there's the other
Mhm.
one that is the
And everybody's gonna be shocked. These are the same people.
right? Weird how that is. What? So the question is, how do you feel about being in debt?
Well, I don't like it.
I don't
Now.
either.
I don't like-
What'd you
I
say?
don't- eh.
Eh.
I don't like it, but I don't know anything about it. Like, I have no clue about it. So actually, we were looking for cars for Callie the other day, and I don't drive, but I really want a new car because our car is falling apart, and I really want a new car to ride in. Because I'm
Ride in.
Yeah, because I'm a passenger princess. So we were looking at cars, and Dustin's like, I'm surprised your mom hasn't said anything about wanting a car yet. I was like, actually, I've been thinking about it the whole time. And he was like, well, we have this amount until our car is paid off. And so we can't do anything until our car is paid off. And I was like, but a payment is a payment. Like, what's it matter?
Yeah, you
Yep.
feel like you're looking at Hayden right now?
Yep.
He's like
Yep.
the girl version of
Yes.
Hayden Dennis.
As
over
soon
here.
as you get it paid off, we're going to have another payment anyway. So just trade it in.
Right.
And let's
Just
get a
keep
new
it
one.
rolling.
Yeah.
Keep the economy going.
Yeah.
If
That-
everybody was like these two, America would have closed down years ago.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
Every other country would be like, where's your money at? We need your money.
Yeah.
Listen,
no.
the chances of us being debt free are like none.
Oh, that kind of attitude.
We might
Yeah,
as well
but-
just do what we want right now.
There is a running joke with the four of us because I don't know if any of you out there that are listening know at one time Dustin and Shannon had sold their house in the process of building and there was a lapse in it. And so they moved into our house
Mhm.
and lived in our basement for a few months.
This was our daughter's room.
This was
Yes,
Callie's
this was
room.
Callie's room. And so we learned a lot about each other and we joke now that if Dustin and I were married, we would have a lot of money but not have a lot of things.
Yeah.
And if Shayna and Hayden were married, they would have a lot of crap and no money.
we would have great things.
No, we'd have a lot of good stuff.
and no money. They would be like
Yep.
literally not able
But-
to eat
but
every
when
month.
The, when the
Lights go out.
when the dollar means nothing, we would have had a lot of stuff to barter, and you guys would have nothing.
So we joke about,
Oh,
that they were a lot alike in this area. But I think this is one of those questions that we can definitely say change as you go through your
100%,
marriage.
Yeah.
When you're younger, it feels like to get anything, you're going to go in debt, you know, and you're trying to get a home and
Oh
or
yeah.
you're trying to get a vehicle so you can make it to work or whatnot. I wasn't as, I didn't mind it as much when we first got married being in
Yeah.
debt. Now, as I'm older, I will do absolutely anything not to be in debt. I don't like it. I hate having payments. And he has actually changed a lot in that
Mm-hmm.
through the Lord. Like it was absolutely a message that he heard at a church, and he flicked a switch. I mean, it was just a flip
What
of a
was
switch.
That was London.
Oh, okay.
They're upstairs. You're good.
You're hearing that the floor shake.
Floor
What's happening?
shakes.
And so we don't fight about that
Mm-mm.
anymore. We used to, that was one of our biggest fights, was he always was looking for the next thing to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if he wanted a gun, he would obsess about this gun until we would buy it. And I think if I just buy this gun for him, he'll be happy.
Mhm.
And then we can just be settled.
Right.
But right after you buy the gun, there's a new want. And he always had this want
Mhm.
right behind it. And I felt like I was just constantly trying to fulfill something. And then he found Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
really found Jesus, and
Mhm.
and like let him change him. And all that
Yeah.
changed.
And I think that is the game changer for
Mhm.
finances.
It is.
When
Yeah.
you realize, what am I doing with the money, and am I wasting it?
Mhm.
And I'm not saying you can't enjoy life. I'm not saying you can't have fun.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
right.
you can't have a big house and a nice car.
Yeah, you can
Listen,
have some debt,
You
but
can have that, or you can have nothing. And
Yeah.
listen, there are people that are going to do both and and serve the Lord in it. I believe
Mhm.
that. But I think that it comes to a point where, in your walk with the Lord, you care less about
things.
Things. Yeah.
things.
Mhm.
I much rather have memories with people and serving
Yeah.
the Lord together and doing things together, and than I would have a huge house.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm blessed to have a nice house. It's not a bad house. I appreciate it. I'm
Yeah.
thankful for it. But I know we have a nice car, and although Shana wants a new one apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah. It's not nice enough.
But if I didn't have that car and all I had was money for a bicycle, I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't be happy about riding a bicycle
a
right now.
tandem.
It's a little cold right now.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But I think that we live in a country that says I'm supposed to have all these things,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
especially like younger people now, they're coming into their own at 20, 22, 23, you know, and they're
Mhm.
like, I want my parents' stuff now.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's when the debt
They
problem really
Yes.
happens.
Yeah.
They didn't see what we were at that age.
Right.
They
Right.
see us now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At my
Yes.
kids' age, we lived in literally a one-bedroom house with our first
Mhm.
kid.
Yeah.
And off Commercial Street in Springfield, and Shana freaked out when she learned about that. But
Yeah.
that's a whole nother thing. But you know, you live where you can afford, and I don't think that a lot of people do that
No.
the way they should. But I think that when you get to your walk with the Lord, like you were saying, you get to a point where you're like, I want
Yeah.
to just serve Him and honor the money that He's blessed me with.
Yeah, because debt often gets in the way of serving the Lord.
Right.
Mhm.
If you have a lot of debt, it creates so much stress in your
Yeah,
marriage.
it does.
It will create a lot of heartache. And so I believe that the Lord does say, you know, there's a reason why He tells us not to be indebted to
Mhm.
other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, Hayden and I, we joke a lot. When we first got married, we mowed lawns just so we could go out to eat. Like that was the only way we
Go
could even.
sizzling.
And we didn't even go out. I'm not talking like fancy eat. That was to go to
Western
McDonald's.
Sizzler.
We didn't go to Western Sizzler.
Well, that's what I always said though.
Yeah, but we'd
It's
like
making a
I
comeback, by
got
the way.
paid. Let's go sizzling.
he would say that, but like we would literally go to McDonald's or Sonic, and that was like a treat.
Yeah.
When we first got married, and we laughed because Holden, when he first got married, he did not take debt. He didn't take being poor well.
No.
Because he went from living with mom and dad, and you know, getting whatever he wanted.
Yeah, you guys had been established for a while.
We had been
You're
established,
years
and
old.
so we had to sit down and have that conversation. That Holden, this is not what it looked like when we first got married.
Right.
We, you know, we mowed lawns. We did whatever it took just to make it for the first,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
few years. And so, but I do believe that. if you
Luckily, he
can-
married a wife that said she's old poor. She's like, I'll get him through this.
Yeah, she's like, that is one of their funny stories. Haley looked at me. She goes, "Oh, I get it. Okay, so you're new poor. See, I'm old poor. I know how to make it on $3 for a week. It's fine. We'll be fine."
I was old poor
know?
too,
Yeah.
also. So I'm like,
she cracked me up. It was so funny. But I do
second,
think,
third generation poor.
Yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
but I do think
I
we
get
need
it,
to
I get it.
for sure honor the Lord in our finances, and you know, I think we should go to Him for counsel before we do things.
Yeah.
And we did not do that early on in our marriage, and it got
No.
us in a lot of trouble. And
Yeah.
we do that more now, and I feel like He's really blessed us in that, for sure. And honestly, I mean, not that this is what it's about, but tithing changed our lives. And
Yeah.
I just cannot say enough about the blessings God gives. And it's not material. I don't mean material blessings. That is not at all what I mean when I say tithing blessed us, but things just lasted longer. Money went farther than it should have
Oh, yeah.
in times. And we by no means got rich. That's not what it's about. But
Right.
But he
but
provided in ways.
he provide. Yeah, their meat came when we didn't know if we'd have something to eat. Just things like that. And so, not that we were ever poor in any means, but it just changed our lives
Yeah.
for sure.
I wish people could have seen Dustin when we struggled. When I've really kind of been oblivious to money and things because I don't want to know. I think I teased the other day about living in oblivion, and I'm fine with living in oblivion with some things. But Dustin was really, really stuck on money, and that was like literally all he thought about. How can he make more? How is he going to pay bills? How can he move up in the company to make the most money possible?
Because that's what the world says you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, where can we move next?
And I grew up poor, and I didn't want to be poor.
And you had a family all of a sudden that was depending on you
Yeah.
to provide for them. And
yeah.
actually, Hayden and I just talked about that not long ago. That I said, boy, this guy's really changed since he got married. And he said, Terry, you don't know what it's like for a man to all of a sudden have a family
Yeah.
to take care of. It's stressful. Like
Yeah.
we worry about that constantly.
Right.
And we're like over here like, oh, I don't think
And
about that.
I, being like around him all the time, I got to see the Lord really change his life in that. And like, it was a daily discussion about money. And I think that that's why I chose to be in oblivion about it, because
It's stressful.
I didn't want I didn't want to think about it the way he thought about it.
She wanted you to stress by yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, and honestly, there was no point. I get it. Why pull yourself into chaos?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it was.
And I was working for a company that paid me well, and I wanted to be paid more
Mhm.
because as they paid me better, I spent more.
Oh yeah, you do.
Like,
You spend
yeah,
money
you
the
on it.
just-
American way,
yeah,
you know,
you
give me
spend what
more,
you
I'll
make.
spend more. Now I have to
But
have more. Now,
also-
you know,
Mhm.
That is a trade-off, because
Yeah.
there was times when I told people that I was a Walmart widow, because Dustin worked at the store and he was there for 90 hours a week. Like
Yeah.
he was there constantly, and I raised 3 kids by myself. And
Yeah.
so I was,
He still has a little bit of that workaholic
Yes.
attitude that needs to be
yes, he does.
fixed.
That's the way, in
bet.
my industry, lineman wise spend a lot of time at home by themselves,
Yes.
especially storm
Yeah.
season
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
It's
he
part
still
of it.
he still
Yeah.
definitely struggles with being at the church too much.
he's a workaholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about you, man.
Mhm. I got that video sent to me today. Actually, really good video. Appreciate it.
Did
Did
you
see it?
did I send it
You
to you?
did.
When?
She doesn't even remember.
I seen it the other day. Maybe you sent it a long time ago.
I know. But
I don't always check social media videos. So.
Yep.
But this is one of those things. Like debt is a marriage destroyer.
It can be,
sit
yeah,
in
big time.
We said in counseling once when somebody. I think you were with me one time when I was counseling somebody, and there was like I can't remember, it was $30,000 or $40,000 in credit card debt that the spouse didn't know about, and it was the end. The spouse
that's-
was like, we don't make this kind of money to pay this kind of debt. I don't know. And to that spouse, they were thinking, you knew we don't make the money to pay this off. This is life-changing debt.
Yeah.
And it'd be life-changing debt for most people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you're like, hey, by the way, we have $40,000 in credit card debt we need to pay off. Well,
that like
you-
makes me anxious just thinking about it.
your interest on $35,000
Oh, gosh.
is
Yeah,
Yeah.
outrageous. Yeah.
I mean, wild. And if you make one late payment, now what are you paying 20-something% interest on this now?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and I'm sitting there with these two in the counseling, and I'm like, this is an example of two people that do not, when they got married, one flesh, finances did not become one.
Mhm.
And that is one of my biggest concerns with people is they'll go all in marriage, but they won't bring finances to it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And in my mind, and this is just me thinking the way God intended marriage to be, we're one flesh, we're one finances, we're one everything, we're one household, we're one mind. We have to be of this mind.
Yeah.
And if we're not that, if we bring everything but the finances into the marriage, then the way I look at it, and I wish I could see it a different way, but this is the way I see it. We are looking to have an opportunity to be able to survive if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
An
that's
easier
exactly
out.
right.
Yeah.
You're,
It's
you're
an easier
saying
out.
there may this may not work.
Mhm.
So if it may not work, don't go in.
Yeah. I think that part is a little bit easier when you get married young, like we did.
Yeah.
And probably like you did.
So, yeah.
We didn't have anything.
We had $8. Yeah, let's combine it.
Yeah. I mean, we just didn't have anything. I think the money we had was what people gifted us at our wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
we started our marriage with $800. That was what we got from
I
the
get
wedding.
it. Yeah, we
So-
started off with whatever we came
Yeah.
up with.
We were
Yeah,
so-
Remember,
so-
I was a senior in high school.
Exactly. So I think that part is a lot easier for younger people
Yes.
to mesh together. I think if you've lived on your own for a few years, it's probably much more difficult to.
Yes.
Put
Or
things together.
second
or second,
marriages.
third marriage.
Yeah.
You got all these guards up.
Especially when you add the factor of trust in that.
Yes.
If there has been heartbreak before this,
Yes.
then you're trusting somebody to be your husband or wife, but you're also trusting them with your finances of what you've built.
Yeah. Your
se-
security.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for a lot of people, money is the security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
which is such a sad way of looking at it.
it is, but that's how I know.
Mhm.
I've heard people talk about it. Well, I mean, that's what I have to survive if something happens.
Yeah.
And
So-
so for me that's the hard thing when I'm talking about how do you feel about being in debt. I think we're all on the same page. I believe
Yeah.
we're Shane doesn't care about knowing what it is, but she knows how to get to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm very budget kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been. So we share everything,
And I trust you in it.
and we
And
are.
so I don't worry about it because I trust that you have our best interests at heart, and the bills get paid, and
Yeah.
I can have
Yeah.
a drink every once in a while. and-
every third day.
Yeah, it was so funny when we first started hanging out. She would be with me. We'd be driving somewhere, and I'd stop to get something to drink, and she'd be over there texting, and I'm like, "What is she doing?"
See if she's got McDonald's money.
And
now.
she would be texting Dustin, "Can I get something to drink at Signal?" And I thought, that's weird. But then at the same time, Hayden would be texting me like, "Hey, I need to get this. Do we have that money?" And so I realized, oh, I'm the other person.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's why I don't
Mhm.
think about it. Is texting
But
him
it
something.
goes back to how you start. Like in the beginning,
Mhm.
there was times when soda money might have been like, let's
Oh, yeah.
let's go to the store and buy what we need, and we'll have it
Absolutely.
Well, and
Absolutely.
almost every time he tells me, like, if you can't spare $1.25, we have some bigger
Big
issues.
problems. Yeah.
But I never it's not on this list, but there is something on there on our main list that talks about like how much money is too much to
Oh,
spend,
to spend.
home.
like without consulting. I don't care.
That's also changed throughout our marriage.
Yeah, unless I have cash in my wallet, I don't spend nothing without
asking.
just being like, well, except for whatnot. But
Yeah.
that's just because
Let's not get started.
But
It's $8 here, $5 here.
yeah, and it's on the credit card, so I never see it anyways.
Yeah. Oh,
That
who
doesn't
pays that
even
thing?
count.
Yeah, that doesn't even count.
That's not even real money.
That's
Wait.
problem.
Are you the one that gets that bill?
Go straight to my phone. Actually,
That's not even real money.
Oh, it does.
So
Like
Yeah.
straight dings you every time.
not every time.
Oh, good.
No, I would never say
Only
that.
over a certain amount.
27 times a day. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that those things do change as you mature in your marriage as it
Yes.
goes through, and so
But I do ask that question. Like I ask it again because it's funny watching people that are getting married. When you ask how much is too much, what's the amount that you need to talk to your spouse about? And I sit there with people and they're like, oh, probably $200 or $300. I'm like, okay, so you're 20 years old, and if both of you spend $300 a day without calling each other, how's that bank account going to look? And they're like, oh,
bad.
that's not good.
$20.
I'm like, maybe we need to adjust that number down to what we really have available.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
people don't think about that.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that if we go into marriage with the right mindset, changes everything.
Yeah.
But how you feel about debt has to be something talked about on the front side. And if it hasn't been, it needs
Talk
to become
about
a
it.
conversation.
Yeah. And, going back to the split just for a second, I think it also gives room for the enemy to work
Yeah.
because there's always that, oh, you pay for this, I pay for this. It's just another way for the enemy to start a fight in a marriage.
Oh
Yeah.
I don't know with the split. And I know there's people that do that and they feel like that's the best way. But I'm like you. I think combines by far what God would want because that's just another angle that the enemy can use to start fights
Yeah.
between.
Sure, and people feel they start to feel used. They
Yeah,
start to
right.
feel,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm the
taken
one
advantage of.
Yeah.
doing everything, And
You
get
owe, you
bitter
owe
and-
me.
yeah,
And,
it's
and when you start having that mindset, ooh, it's
yeah,
real
it's
hard.
it's a dangerous, and it's just like I said, it's just another angle that can be used against a godly marriage. So
Yeah.
So we're gonna roll into the next one. This is the only question that all four of us thought this is one that needs to be, which is good.
well, I kind of felt bad. Tara just broke her glasses. I kind of felt bad if I didn't circle it. So I mean, no.
So right. So once again, these are things that we've helped people with. We've walked people through. We've seen in our own personal lives. We've seen in other lives often. So the question is: discussing spiritual topics with my partner feels comfortable, comes easy, frustrates me, makes me feel closer to my partner, or does not occur. And I always want this in premarital counseling because too often it starts off with does not occur.
Yep.
Mhm.
And if we can fix that before we get married, I promise you the marriage will have more intimacy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't mean, I'm not talking sex. I'm talking about a closeness to each other,
Right.
Mhm.
and which will lead to
Right.
the
One
other.
lead to the other.
I mean, and so, does not occur is heard a lot of times, but I want to my hope is that it feels comfortable, that it comes easy. But a lot of times we hear does not occur, or makes me a little frustrated because I'll try and they're not
Mhm.
trying. And what do you guys think about that?
When you had us fill this out the other day, the reason why I circled that was, and I know Tara's in the same boat as me, when we talk to a lot of women, they immediately say that that's something
Yes.
they want from their
Mm.
partner, that they want to be prayed over, but more than that, they want to speak about the Bible in church and their relationships with the Lord, and that is a desire that they have
Mhm.
in their partner, that it's not being met.
Gotcha.
And so it's sad because for me, discussing church and church workings and the Bible, and it didn't always come easy, but
it's our second nature now.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
comfortable to talk about now. And now I will say, like, sitting down and doing Bible studies together is a little intimidating sometimes, but it does push me to learn more because I feel like I'm not as smart as you are in that kind of thing. And so it takes me a long time to like really listen and figure out and read for myself. And so we started First Peter yesterday. He was like, okay, I want to start doing a Bible study, a different one together. And I was like, okay. So I was like, where do you want to go? He said First Peter. And I was like,
Leviticus.
no. First Peter. And I was like, okay. He's like, are you fine with that? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. But I want a chance for myself all day to be able to study on my own and like listen and read, and because it's a combination of both for me, that I want to be able to do that on my own before we go and discuss this. Because first of all, I would just sit in there like,
Yeah.
Mhm. I agree with everything you say. No,
yeah,
yeah.
ditto.
Yeah, because
Ditto.
when we first got married, actually up until what, 8 years ago, 7 years ago,
Time flies, but
It does.
yeah,
if I
it
said,
seems like yesterday.
if I said, I was reading something and I learned this about Jesus, he would, and he, mind you, he's been in church his whole life.
I didn't listen.
He was a
though.
preacher's kid, so
The worst.
he would just, freeze, and you could just see it go all over him. He'd just freeze and he'd go, and that's all I'd get from him.
Yeah.
And then, it's changed so much now that he's preaching. And most of the time we are doing separate Bible studies, but we do some together because we're teaching together.
Mhm.
But whatever I'm reading about, I'm discussing with him.
Right.
Hey, I read this today. Have you ever noticed that it says such and such? What do you think about that? And he's doing the same thing with me. And we can talk about it now. And it has changed everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the intimacy we have, the connection we have with that is just, it's not like nothing
You're literally
before.
putting Jesus in the middle
Yes.
of your marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so fun.
Yeah.
Like we have a good time talking about what we're reading or talking about what we've heard, or, hey, I heard someone talk about this verse and this is the way they interpret it. What do you think of that?
Mhm.
And it's really stretched both of us, I think, in the way that we study and the way we look. And sometimes we're even looking for things that we can share with the other. And so that's different. But I agree with Shayna. We have talked to several women, and they just so desperately want to discuss things like
And
that with
we-
their husbands.
We say a lot about telling men they should pray over their wives and all that, and I absolutely yes.
Mhm.
I still fell on that all the time. Tara will tell you that. I'm not opposed to it. I just fell on it being lazy,
Yeah,
basically.
it definitely happens. Yeah.
But I think this is even. I mean, praying for them's huge. Don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but this can be just so much more than that.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the communication that can happen through it, the relationship that can happen through it. So, I mean, we've talked a lot about praying for your partner, but literally discussing stuff, the Bible, the Word, it could be huge.
So why do you think men are hesitant to do those things with their wives or for their wives? as
I would
men?
say most of all because they maybe don't, they feel like they don't know it well enough.
Mhm.
But to me, that's the best way to learn it.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it like a fear of looking stupid in front of their spouse,
Well,
or just a fear of not
probably.
being able
That's
to answer
probably what I have.
questions?
Both. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, we have that problem, and men have it with men. I mean,
yeah.
you sit in a men's Bible study, a lot of men won't speak up because
No,
they're
yeah.
afraid. I'm blessed because when we're together, our pastor group, we're all the time finding things that we aha moments, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have come to the point that we're just okay with having those because it's good.
Yeah.
Because if I'm having an aha moment, or he's having an aha moment, or Tucker
Mhm.
is, like that's good that you're learning something.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you know it all, and we know we don't know it all.
No.
And I think
Yeah.
that when we look at our wives, it's probably even harder because, like, first of all, you know, in our roles as pastors, we're like, we got to know this.
Yeah.
The reality is we don't know it
Don't
all. And
know.
you guys may bring something to the table that makes us go,
Yeah.
I did not see that. I did
Yeah.
not see it from your wifely feminine eyes.
Mhm.
You see something different than what our masculine,
Mhm.
manly husband's
Mhm.
view is. And praise God, that's supposed to be that way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But we're so scared to hear your side of things because of what we might fell on.
Well, and I think as wives too, as in general, comparison is so prevalent that,
Yeah.
and it's not true. So I think that it doesn't matter if it's women or men. We all feel odd sharing things that we don't know much about, or we don't feel like
Mhm.
we know much about, or the other person knows way more than we know,
Mhm.
or it's just comparison is a thief.
It is.
And so I think it's good to go through devotionals together and stuff like that. But also know that you don't have to be right about everything. It's not about being right. It's
Mm-mm.
about spending time with the Lord together. And
Mhm.
if that means starting in basic Bible stories that
Mhm.
kids'
Yeah.
Bible stories that you would think of, first of all, you go through them and you realize that that's not
They're
really
not like kid stories.
yeah, that's not exactly how it happened.
No.
So start there and just start learning and reading together and bouncing ideas off of each other. If you can't talk together face to face about things yet,
Mhm.
then the Bible app has many devotions that you can do together that then you can discuss later on.
You throw a comment in there in the
Mhm.
box, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think that we have to get past the fear of looking dumb in front of our
Yes.
spouse. The reality is none of us, I don't care how long you've studied the Bible, there is something for you to learn. And if you don't think so,
Absolutely.
you've got a problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Hayden and I learned a long time ago. I actually, when you first started deciding to preach and when we were teaching, that the I don't know is a very acceptable answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a
I
matter of
don't
fact,
know.
if you don't say that sometimes, then
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to have to read more about
Yeah,
that.
I
I'm
would-
going to have to look into that story. I feel like we say that more than we answer questions.
Well, of course, we
Sometimes.
are in Revelation, but yeah, I'm
That's
not
true.
going to throw out my opinion to try to answer somebody on something truly biblical. I'm going to say, I don't know, and I'll
Yeah.
get back with you.
But we say that to
Yeah.
each other all the time. Like
Yeah.
I'll ask him questions like, "Hey, I was reading this. Why in the world does it say?" I think I asked you not very long ago. What in the world does this story mean?
Hey, I found the answer for
And
you.
he did. He found the answer. But when I first asked, why in the world is this in here? What is this trying to tell us?
Yeah.
And he said, I don't know.
but don't be afraid to ask the
I don't
question
know.
and don't be
Yeah.
afraid to go study it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm going to look. And he also, he looked some stuff up and he read it and he came back with something. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is
Yeah,
amazing.
It made so much sense.
It made so much sense. And we understood why it was in there. And,
Mhm.
and, I would not have learned that alone. So
Yeah.
I think studying together, I get so much more out of it because he, like you said, he brings something completely different, a different angle, a different thought process than I bring to what we're doing.
And I think that's what's special about a husband and a wife.
Yeah.
Mhm.
studying the Word together. We studied the Bible separately.
Mhm.
But I just told her that I really wanted to study with her because we don't do that a lot together.
Mhm.
So I was like, I
somebody's
just.
not home much.
Somebody's at the church all the
somebody's
time.
working all the
But
time.
I felt like I would be really cool to just do it just every once in a while. Just like,
Don't worry, he'll FaceTime you. You guys can talk about it from his
She
office.
won't answer FaceTime.
That's true. She
She
won't.
did today.
But like we were kind of forced into it because you and London were going to be teaching this
Mhm.
class together because Dustin decided he needed another job
He wanted to be a youth
and wanted to be a
pastor
youth pastor
again.
too. So London
Don't I
was
look
gonna
younger?
No.
No.
So London was gonna help, but then he was gonna be gone for a little bit. So I kind of stepped in to help. And that, that was our we're gonna have to study this together. What do you have? What do I have? Type of things.
I think
So-
this is a good plug for like other ministries in the church, like kids.
Yeah.
That people are so, what's the word? Intimidated
Mhm.
Yeah.
to go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
kids because they feel like that they have to teach the kids something that they don't know yet.
Mhm.
And the lessons are like completely laid out. You just
Yep.
have to
Yep.
look at them
Tina
and
does an excellent job getting that.
as
Yeah.
you're reading it, you're studying it yourself, and
Yep.
the Lord is going to speak to you about those things that you don't have to have your whole life together. You don't
No.
have to be a scholar to
Right.
lead
Right.
and help and serve.
And there is no better way to learn it than to teach it.
Exactly.
Oh,
I know
man,
that sounds so backwards.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna say no, you have to know it before you teach it. But you want to learn,
Yeah.
you teach it.
Yeah, because you're gonna study.
Yeah.
Because if you're presenting to someone, you want to know it inside
Yes.
out, backwards, frontwards, every
Yeah.
of it. So I feel like since I've started helping him teach, I've learned so much because I have just I
Mhm.
engross myself in
Mhm.
that,
Yeah.
so that when we talk about it, I'm talking about what the text says. I'm not talking about what I think it says. I'm talking about this is what the text says.
Yeah.
And when I look at 10 other people and what they all believe that this is saying, we all agree.
Mhm.
I found someone that 10 people that agree with this is how
Yeah.
I'm reading it correctly. This is how I'm going to tell you. How do you read it? How do you
And I think too that is another thing that's intimidating is learning how to study that, because we talked about something, it's been months ago, but I was like, how do you prove, like, how do you find that in scripture, like
Mhm.
that thought process?
Yeah.
And I think that's something that is hard to know how to study things.
Mhm.
Like, where do you start? Obviously, Bible to Bible, but there's so many commentaries and
Yes.
And tools.
and tools.
what-
Yeah.
and
There
don't
are
get
a
me
lot.
wrong. I think commentaries are great, but you got to remember that's somebody's opinion,
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
which I
But
use them too.
It
I
could
mean,
kickstart you though.
but it can get you rolling,
Start you
yeah.
in the right place
Yeah.
to look.
Yeah.
right, and that's that. Those big words. I gave her some sheets on it, but exegesis, which
Mhm.
is proving scripture with scripture, and then eisegesis is proving scripture and kind of putting your opinion to it, and that's the dangerous one.
Mhm.
You got to try to find what it means through the other scriptures,
Yeah.
and that's hard
Right.
to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes some study. So
it takes some digging.
Yeah,
it
absolutely
takes some
does.
digging. So yeah,
But if you really get into it, and once you start to let the work
yeah,
take place, you're gonna it can almost become a hobby, scripture,
yeah.
because you kind of you
Mhm.
enjoy it. It's not just like it's a task.
Oh no, it's so fun.
It's like it's a hobby in my life. I want to do it. It's just something I
Yeah.
want to spend time doing.
Yeah.
And I love it when I find little nuggets that I didn't
Yeah.
know before,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because that's like, if I found that piece of gold, there's more.
Yeah.
It's
And I always
fun.
feel dumb because I just want to tell everybody. Did you know this?
And
Have
some people are like, duh, and
Yeah.
then others are like, nope.
I'll remember. I'll never forget. I'm going to tell a story on you. It's been years now, so don't think this has been like
It was
last
2
week.
days ago.
Last year,
It was years ago, but I'll never forget. He was
Last
studying,
Wednesday
and he
night.
called me, and he said, "Did you know that they call it the Passover because they put blood on there?" And he passed over their door, and I was
Nugget.
like, "Uh huh." And he goes, "Wait, you already knew that?" And I'm like, "That's what you're
Why
wanting to
didn't
tell
you
me?"
tell me?
And he was like, "You didn't tell me that." And I'm like, "I thought everybody knew that, but that's what." But it was really interesting because he was just like, "That's so cool." Then I was like, "I ain't ever telling anybody any nuggets I find." Because I'm going to sound like, did you know they call it the Passover because they passed over? It's like,
but you know what though? At some point in time, everybody has to learn that,
That's
Yeah.
right.
and so don't be beat up by it. Just realize
No.
if I've
No.
learned it now, there's something else for me to learn now.
but
too.
that was one of the things when you started teaching the new Christian class. He said, "Do I need to teach this?" And we realized really quick, yes. You teach
Oh,
the very
yes.
basic, because I said
Yeah.
there's someone in there that doesn't know, because
Mhm.
there was a time where we didn't know.
There's
Yeah.
someone in there that doesn't know there's an Old Testament and a New Testament.
Yes.
They
Exactly.
don't understand why
Yeah.
there's those.
Yes.
Or to how to find
How to find a scripture.
yes.
We had a lady, she said, what does that mean? And we
Yeah.
were like, oh, you go to this book and this,
We get so
She
comfortable
did
because
not
we
get
do it
it.
all the time.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know where Genesis is.
No,
so-
I have a tab in the front of my Bible for it.
No, you don't.
Oh,
that
not
was the
this one I
problem.
do. I brought a different Bible so I could find Genesis. Because actually, the next question is, does your partner share feelings and thoughts as much as you'd like?
I believe we already discussed that.
We did.
But I want to go to Genesis 2:24 real quick. For this reason, a man shall leave his father and his mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And with that saying, you need to share everything with your partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wait, what are you agreeing with?
Yeah.
he
Everything.
agrees with it.
He's over there. Oh yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sure we did.
Not that he does it, but he agrees with it.
I'm not gonna do it, but I
You know
really think it's a
everything
good
about
idea.
me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I still need that cricket button.
yeah, because that got a little awkward there for just a moment. Shannon's like, "What do we do?" We're gonna jump to the next one. So number 11, it says, "Sometimes I wish my partner was a little more."
Oh, good gosh.
And then
I know,
there's all these options, and I'm
You notice we didn't do that. That wasn't.
no, yeah, you see who it was.
so there's a bunch of options. The reason I just put this on here, I'm gonna put this on Facebook because I want you to start doing it with your spouse, and because there's romantic, spiritual, humorous, sensitive, understanding. There's several. It goes down to O. So there's several of those. And this for me, whenever we do this, Shane and I still do it. We do it now. We pick one and we utilize it. We invest in each other with this. And I'm not great at all these. You're not great at all these. None of us at this table right now are great at all these.
No.
And when you say, okay, I'm willing to take romantic, I'm going to use romantic for an example because that's one we've used before.
Mhm.
We've worked on that. Romance for me and romance for her, it's not the same thing.
No.
So we pick that item and we say she picks romantic, and I'm like, well, what do you mean romantic? I take you out to dinner. I'm ready.
I
to,
took out the trash.
I'm ready to do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. You know, I mean, how much more romantic is that? And but romance for her, and when you pick this, and I'll
Is that why
explain
we
it on
go to
Facebook.
dinner all the time?
Yes. And you go look at the trash can when you get to the house. Wow, chicky, wow,
Yeah.
wow. Anyway,
I don't have that.
You don't
button
have that one either.
No, no, I don't
But
have that.
so
button.
romantic for me is kissing and hugging and all the extra loving. But
I
Can
gotta
you get one of
remember
those
people are
buttons?
actually gonna watch this. I really got. I'm like, I was gonna say something. I gotta watch.
yeah,
this.
people are going to be on
People are
this.
gonna watch it. I'm so sorry. People are watching.
So that's what romantic looks like for me in my male role. PG, not 13 or 13. PG today is not PG.
That's
back then.
true. It's like our.
So whenever you pick these, and like I said, I put it on Facebook and I will put it on social media. So when you pick your item, like I pick romantic, I tell her what I see romance as, and then she would come to me and say, I see romance as helping me with the dishes, literally taking out the trash, help clean up the house a little bit, please,
Vacuuming.
vacuuming, and so I would have never thought of romance like that if she wouldn't have told me that's what she sees. I have to know her perspective, or I'm never going to be able to meet her at her perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So now for the next month or two, or whatever, however long we decide we're going to work on this particular one, for me, I'm working on romance, and I know that romance
Sure
for
you
me.
are. You're sure you're going to start with that one.
Yeah.
Oh goodness! But
Listen.
romance is going to be cleaning up the house, doing extra things for her, and now she knows that I'm doing that for her. And whenever she does see that, the other part for her is to say, "I appreciate the fact that you are doing this.
Mhm.
You got to acknowledge that." So there's going to be a lot on here. Whether if you're you're not relaxed enough, you need to take a break every once in a while. Get relaxed. Okay, what does relax look like to you?
And we got spiritual on
Al-
here. We just
also-
talked about that.
Also, men that are watching this, Shayna's romantic might not be your wife's romantic.
No,
Exactly.
you
so you have to find
100%.
out your
Your
wife's romantic
Yeah.
That's true.
because
This-
mine would be different. So
Mine-
just you have to know.
Dustin already cleans, so mine is not.
That doesn't count,
clean.
does it?
No.
Yeah. No.
But,
you're going
but
to do
you,
something
you
else.
have to, and it'll change with seasons.
And it changes all the
Yes.
time.
Romance when you're 20, and romance when you're 50.
Two different
Very
things.
Very different,
different.
thing. Or when
Yeah.
you've got kids around. Very
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
So the point
Yes.
is, you got to talk. If you picked it, you need to tell your partner exactly what you think of when you
And
say
be honest.
Yes.
And be honest. Don't say what you think they want them to hear, because then you're not going to be getting what you need.
And don't beat them up when they say what it is, because that's what they
Yes.
see and that's what they need.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is your chance to be like, I want to meet you there. This is my
Yes.
investment in you. You know, when we want to invest in something, we open up a checkbook and we invest in it.
Yes.
This is us opening up our checkbook of time
Mhm.
Yeah.
and saying, you matter, so I'm going to invest in you.
Yeah.
And when we do these things, it's just we're investing in our marriage, and it's so powerful.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So Hayden can probably.
I'm getting ready to add some notes. I feel like something's about to happen in my life.
Uh-oh.
What would be romantic to me? I'm just gonna
Romantic
put
to
him on
you?
on the spot. Yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
Uh-oh.
Look at her.
I thought he'd know.
Holding and playing with my grandson.
That's romantic. Is that what you
No.
Yeah.
think? No.
Yeah.
Watch it, but I get what you're saying. With
Yes.
Watching that is
Yes.
maybe
I,
Well,
something
yeah,
yes.
like-
I
that's
think it's
sweet.
precious.
Yeah.
I think it's precious, but
Our lunch dates is romantic to her. Every
is.
Wednesday,
it is.
I take her out to eat for lunch.
And
Yeah.
every once in a while, their pastor
It
comes
is.
along.
Yeah, sometimes. We
Which is
invite
fine.
him a
We
lot,
invite
but
him,
it's
though.
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm a time person.
Yes.
I want him to spend time with me, and when he spends time with me, spend
And
time.
even
with
though
me.
she doesn't like it sometimes, I try to involve her in time that I have to be away.
Yes.
Like every once in a while, she will go to basketball games with me
Yeah.
to watch me officiate. Really, she plays on her phone, but
Yeah.
she goes for the free food afterwards.
yes,
And we'll
Me too.
stop and go out to eat and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely time. It's
Yeah.
definitely what she always has wanted.
And also,
I want his attention.
like talking about romance or any of these, that doesn't automatically lead to
Sex.
No,
sex.
absolutely not.
No.
No.
So, like, I feel like that needs to be a little bit more clear. Like, that
Yes.
doesn't
Right,
always
that's not
lead.
Well, and
only
that's
what
a-
we're talking about.
Part
Yeah.
part of that is
Yeah.
what I wanted to understand. Romantic may look different,
Yes.
Yes,
not- it's-
everybody's. Yeah,
but it's drawing you
Mhm.
to a point of connection.
Yes.
Now that connection could lead to sex. That
Yes.
connection could lead to more kissing, more hugging, more
Yes.
just spending time together, more hand holding,
Yes.
more affection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which hopefully it will, because
Yes.
that's what connects us.
that's what I don't think a lot of guys realize, and I've always been good at it. I think is holding hands, walking.
Love it.
I have a blind wife that
When-
happens anyway.
yeah, yeah, it kind of does. We're walking through a parking lot. I always put her away from traffic, whether she knows it or not, and I'll grab
Yeah.
her and move her.
Yeah.
And and usually once I do that, I always hold her hand all the way to the door or whatever.
Yeah.
But guys don't even think about that.
No.
That's something I literally tell myself to do. Does that make? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
now I don't. I've done it for so long,
Right.
but early on I
Yeah.
did.
And it was important to me.
And I've
that
seen
connection.
my
It's
son.
protective.
I've got mad at my kids because I watch him, especially London. Hope he's listening. Sometimes I watch him and I'm like, man, he's not very nice to her. But then, like when we was in New York last year, I seen him doing those things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was in a busy place, he wouldn't let go of her, moving her
Yeah.
away from things, and so he watched me do those things.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he's not always good at it, and I never was either. Always good at it.
Which I think that's important
But-
right there. You just said something that dads and moms need to understand. You're teaching the next generation.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
You may be teaching 2 generations down even.
Yeah.
How to live that. I hope that our grandchildren someday look at us and say, man, I love how they do that. That must be why they've stayed together for
Mhm.
all these years.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
And,
And-
so
and
Because
you're
that's a
treating-
rarity. So
You're showing, like, Callie, hopefully our relationship is showing her what she wants in a husband
and deserves.
and deserves in a husband,
Yes.
and not settling for anything less than that.
Mhm.
Right.
so
and
for-
the-
yeah.
And same with the boys. Like,
And
I agree.
so for whenever you look at this, we have to think about that. The whole point of this is to invest in your partner.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And the best kind of example we can have is how do you invest in your work? How do you invest in your home? How do you invest in your vehicles? You put time and money into them.
Yep.
And if your wife or your husband isn't worth the time and money,
Mhm.
then you
Yeah.
need to relook at your priorities. And this is
Yeah.
a great way. This is a great list that covers about everything.
Yeah, there's a lot on there.
I mean, if you're investing in these things,
It doesn't have fun.
well, sure it does.
Where's fun?
Relaxed,
No.
humorous.
No,
Is
no.
fun.
No. That's funny. He can
Funny.
be funny all the time.
Sometimes.
She doesn't think I'm funny at all.
Well, you can certainly add things. There's no
Because
no
somebody
things they can't
somebody
add.
does not like to have fun. I'll tell Hayden and Shayna will not dance.
ew, no.
No, they're
See?
dancing
No.
for too long.
I want
Dude,
to.
no.
I want him just to grab me in the kitchen and
I
spin
did.
me around and
I
dance.
did dance.
No.
Spin me.
I
Spin me.
danced earlier when you did your little button.
We're not talking like this.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking like dance with us, like have fun, and that's
From
a
your toes
refusal.
to your nose, not your shoulders.
Yeah.
That's all
Look
I
at her,
got.
she's like, yeah, I got it.
No, but I think that this kind of stuff so you get on the same page,
Yeah.
you invest, and your spouse appreciates. That's what
Mhm.
marriage is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is just a little exercise to get us going. And if we make that initiative in our marriage, then we'll start to practice that more.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing better than practicing something, getting to see a result, and then them say, "Hey, I appreciated that."
Yeah.
I love when Shana tells me she appreciates anything. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
I love it when she like that is the up here with me. Like if I know that she loved and appreciated it,
Mhm.
I want to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good.
News
you
to
like
her.
it?
Make a note. Look at her. She's like,
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I just told you yesterday. I really appreciate that you painted for me.
Yep.
You missed a spot.
I know. I missed a lot of spots probably.
I only seen one little spot. But now that I've seen it, and actually you pointed it out, so you wouldn't have said nothing. I wouldn't even know.
Don't worry, Dustin's about to start painting too.
Yeah, I am.
Gonna paint.
Animal wallpaper. I'm so excited.
Yes, we got wallpaper
Yeah.
coming too.
All right. Next.
So the last
Next. You
question
better hurry. We're
is
went long.
this.
But
Oh,
it's the
this
best one-
this
it's the
ain't
best
gonna
question.
take long.
No, it actually won't.
Yeah.
Suppose your spouse wants sex when you didn't. And there's three options here, but there's obviously always more than three. Just three, kind of get the mind going. My spouse would wait until I'm ready, so we can just do it another time. I would do it anyway for fear he or she would feel rejected or get upset. I would do it anyway out of love and desire to please my spouse. And let me start off with this. There will be times that no is okay. Like it's okay not to. Don't be offended if they don't want to have sex with you every once in a while. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's natural to not feel in the mood.
Be tired.
And once again, life changes happen.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Yes.
it's natural for things to go up and down, but that's where communication is huge. I want to throw that out there because we're at a different age in life now. Shane had a full hysterectomy at 30, changed everything in our life, and I was not anywhere prepared. I didn't understand any of that, and it actually led to a lot of strain in our marriage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
I didn't
sure.
know what all it did. I just knew that all of a sudden sheets were getting kicked off the bed in the middle of the night
Mhm.
because she was burning up
And
on
not
hot.
in a good way.
Not in a good way. And
Good one.
Nice.
Wait. Yes.
she doesn't get the PG-13 side.
Well, you're the one that asked this question, so
Yeah.
like, yeah.
But the real reality is, when you're 20, it's
Yes.
different than when you're
Yeah.
going through
Yeah.
changes. And men and women both go through changes, so you've got to communicate those changes.
Mhm.
You got to communicate. I don't know why I don't feel like this, but I just don't feel like it. It's not you, because there's nothing worse than what goes on in our mind
Mhm.
if we don't talk things through, and all of a sudden we're sitting there thinking, do they love somebody else? Do they like somebody else? Are they thinking about somebody else?
Am
Are
I
they
too
having
fat?
an affair?
Am I ugly?
Right.
Am I not desirable? Yeah.
And these are the things that we don't say out loud,
No.
Mhm.
but we let them
And
dwell.
people don't talk about them.
No.
I mean,
But if we did, if we talked about them, if we get so close that we're like, we're one flesh.
Mhm.
You're one flesh.
mhm.
There's nothing we shouldn't talk about. If something's up
Yes.
here,
Right.
I should be willing to talk about it right here.
Mom or Patty, if you're listening, shut the TV off right now. So I'll just throw
Wait.
mine out.
If you have they got a warning.
So when I was
I
younger,
get so
and
nervous about this.
I know it's not.
You
even yours.
are.
So when I was probably, I don't know, early teen, maybe even 12, I was with my grandmother. She was my person that told me everything. She told me about the birds and the bees and girl changes and all that stuff. And she was telling me a story, not in any way to like make me do these things. She was actually saying this woman was kind of off her rocker, but she was telling me the story, and she said, "Oh, I had a teacher when I was younger, and she told us we had to, before our husband got up, we needed to get up, get dressed, put on our makeup, be presentable, and then do anything our husband needed in the bedroom so that he didn't leave, because what you won't do, another woman will." And I was at the ripe age to hear that. I mean, I was at the ripe age. Now, Hayden will probably say this worked well for him in our marriage, but I was the I'm gonna do it anyway for fear he would leave, because if I don't, I knew there's another woman out there that would. I mean, it could be from my parents' background. My parents were
Sure.
divorced, and but I just knew like if that was something he needed. I had learned that from my grandmother told me that men had different needs than women. That is something men need. They need that to feel close to us, whereas we need the emotional connection to feel close to them.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's the biggest struggle
Yes.
in almost every relationship.
And so I was right for that when I heard it. And so when we got married, that was not optional for me. Now there were lots of times I said, no, I'm too tired. The kids have worn me out, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've got a headache, this is whatever. But for the most part, I knew that was a need of his, and I always fulfilled it. And I thought that was extremely important. I believe that served us well, because when I filled that need for him, he filled other needs for me. So if, I was needing a lot of emotional,
Yeah.
he was very willing to help me. But that was where I came from
Mhm.
in our marriage. I know for other people, they might come at it as a trauma.
Right.
Sex
Yeah.
might be
Yeah.
a
Mhm.
traumatic thing for them,
Yeah.
or they might have been hurt in some way. And so, you just have to know your spouse
Right.
in this area.
All goes back to communication.
And
you have to know them,
communicating
but
the
you got to be
need.
willing to share if you've had
Yes.
trauma.
Yes.
You've got to be
Yeah.
willing to share that with your
Yes.
spouse. They need to know, because if Shayna's gone through something, why did you not want? I'm going to
Yeah.
be offended by her and not
Yeah.
know that she had gone through something that she hasn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
When you
Yeah.
grab me
that's
that
not
way,
a
it's
deal.
traumatic. When you
Yeah,
grab me that
sure.
way, it reminds me.
Right.
Of something. I didn't have that. That was not an issue for me. But I do know women who do have
And it's
issues,
and it's very common.
it's
sadly
very
very common.
common. And
Yeah.
so I think that's one of the things that that's why we're discussing this now, is because that communication is
Yeah.
so big in this area.
Mhm.
Being able to tell each other your needs. There were times where Hayden was like, he would just say, I need you tonight. Like, I need to feel close to you. I need to feel a connection to you. If it'd been too long, or whatever, he's like, I
like
need
a
that.
day. Back in their 20s.
Yeah.
You-
Right.
You talked about it. Yeah.
Listen, and
He's
it's
not
hard.
wrong.
And
I mean-
in every age, you have to communicate, because listen,
Yes.
Yes.
when
And
Things
it
change.
changes.
when you're young, especially men have a stronger sex drive when they're younger.
Yeah.
Women's can kind of blossom a little later.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just depends, and every woman and every man is different.
Yeah.
But if you don't talk to and communicate why or what's going on,
Yeah.
there will be some days where you're gonna do it because your partner wants to.
Yes.
And then there's going to be some days where you're going to be willing to take no as an answer because you love them, and it's not always no.
Yes.
If
And
it's
that-
always no,
There's a problem.
then there's a problem.
Yes.
But that communication is the thing where he would the next day would say, well, I tried to do something and you just rejected me last night. And I would say things like, what are you talking about?
my,
You didn't say
my moves
anything.
must not have been very good.
I'm like, you didn't say anything. He's like, yeah, I was rubbing your leg and I played with your hair. And I was like, I didn't pick that up. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, when? Where were we? On
Yeah.
the couch. I had no
Because
idea.
you weren't in the same spot with him.
Right.
I was not thinking about that. That's not where and he didn't say it.
Yeah.
He thought he was making a move. And I'm like, that was a horrible move. Like, I
See,
didn't pick
told
that
ya.
up at
Bad
all.
moves.
You're
like,
the
I didn't
13-year-old
know.
in the movie theater.
Bad
Ah!
moves.
Yeah. And I was like, I didn't pick that. Other times I was aware of what he, I was like, oh, okay, I know what he's wanting, but not always.
Yeah.
And so, and then there's other times where women, like, I remember saying many times, I just want to kiss. I don't want it to lead to anything.
Right.
I don't want anything. I
Dumbest
just
thing
want to
ever.
kiss.
Yeah.
I've heard that phrase from my own
No,
wife.
that's a
I just
dumbest
wanted a
statement ever.
hug.
I don't get it.
My
Yeah.
We're standing in the mall. What do you think is going to happen?
But that to like women is
Yeah.
important. Sometimes we just want a little intimacy without that.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that
And-
goes back to what Shane was saying about romance doesn't always lead to sex.
It doesn't
Yes.
always lead to sex,
Yes.
and we've had
But
that conversation.
We have
but
to learn that. That's not, and we have to learn that in phases.
And that's typically not ingrained in men.
no, and
I mean, it's not.
No.
Like, it's just,
and there's times I have to
Yeah.
say to him, like, "Hey,
yeah.
I just want to kiss."
See,
not going anywhere.
That's great. Give me the heads up.
And I'm okay with that from Shayna too. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you tell me that, first I know I'm getting a kiss.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be okay with the rest of it.
I had to
I'll be
learn to
fine.
say it. I mean, that was because it started some arguments. So I had to learn that I
Yeah.
gotta say that this is not going anywhere.
Men are
Just-
we're very programmed to simplicity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really, honestly.
Yeah.
And you guys can juggle so many things,
Mhm.
and I'm super impressed.
Yeah.
Like you guys can have a million different things on your plate,
Mm-hmm.
or planned, or in your mind how things are going to roll, and we're like,
Yeah, but they don't
wonder
tell
what's on channel
us.
3.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
and then we don't know why you're not meeting us in our simplicity,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and yet you guys are like, don't you see what all is going on? And we're like,
Nah,
Uh-uh.
yeah, he doesn't.
you know, and so that's the typical, the derailment between men and women is
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that aspect, and
Mhm.
getting us to the same place where, first of all, if we have these communications, we're knowing more about what's going on in your head.
Yeah.
We as men need to be, we are simple.
Mhm.
We need to be willing to listen, not answer, not have all the eye contact, listen. That doesn't mean we're going to have sex once you unload, but at least I can understand, like, ooh, I know why she's not now.
Yeah.
Gee, she's got a loaded going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, or is there something else I can physically do in the house? Can I make dinner tonight and give you
Yeah.
a break? You know,
Yeah.
and not for any kind of reward,
Anytime.
but for
Yes, please.
but for the fact of she's juggling an awful lot of
Mhm.
things up here where I would be lost.
Yeah. But
You
once
know?
again, a lot of that it needs to be communicated because like there was many times she would be mad about something an evening when in her head she'd have the whole night planned out, but never once told me.
Yep,
I
sounds familiar.
can't. Yeah, I mean it's like this is every relationship.
Yeah.
But they have this whole thing planned out. It didn't go the way that was in their head, but yet I had no clue what that plan was.
I wanted him to take me out to
And-
Springfield to eat, and I thought when he got home, he would say, "Do you want to go to Springfield to eat?"
No.
And then he'd
Like,
come
I
home
mean-
and kick off his shoes and be like,
Mm.
"What are we fixing for dinner?" And I'd be like,
And I'd been fine with going if I'd just known.
If you'd just known.
and
So-
instead of just telling him, I'd just be mad all night because
Yeah.
he didn't
Yeah.
do what I wanted him to do without me telling.
Well,
I
there's-
did. I'm not a mind reader.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and typically we have no clue. We can't.
Right,
We haven't even
no.
scratched the surface.
But yeah.
But men typically, we want to, men typically work hard, and in their mind, I worked hard. I need to unwind.
Mhm.
Unwind is simplicity. I
Mhm.
go watch movies. That's
Mhm.
my. I'm going to think about nothing except for whatever this 2-hour movie is.
Mhm.
That way, I have something to focus on that means nothing in my world.
Yeah.
And then when I walk away from that, I'm good. Maybe it's a game or just sitting down watching TV, or just maybe it's just playing with the kids. Going out, I used to go out in the driveway and play basketball with the boys. You used to do the same thing. It's very one-minded, simple, and you guys don't understand the simplicity because it's like, honestly, you're so much higher than we are in that. You're like, you got to come down to us for a minute.
Oh, we were thinking about laundry and what do the kids need for school tomorrow, and oh, we've got that doctor's appointment, and
And we have that little monkey inside our head going.
Yeah.
you guys are not stupid, but
No, but
You
when
don't
we, when
think
we
about
shut,
all
when
the
we want to
things,
shut
yeah.
down, we try to shut down.
yeah. And our minds don't ever shut down.
Yeah.
No.
And
Never.
so
Never.
under 100% why, sex becomes a divider because
Yes.
we aren't meeting each other first in communication,
That's
which is
the
always
big one, yeah.
always the secret to
Yeah.
marriage is communication. And then what are you doing with what you're communicating?
That's
Well,
pretty
and-
well it.
I don't mean to be so blunt,
Mm.
kind of,
I've already been there, so
but
go for it.
sometimes it's just
I know you're blind, but right here this says PG.
Oh, yeah. It's not that we have this issue with you two because I feel like that you guys are both great husbands, but some people lack kindness in their relationships,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and the belittling and the being mean to your wife, that does not lead to good things.
No.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like that needed to be thrown out
No,
there. I don't know
100%.
how to say that
Yeah.
in the right way, but
On the actual thing, we have belittling is on there twice actually
Yeah.
because it's a big deal.
It is
Yeah.
a big deal.
Because we belittle with our family because it's easy and we do it jokingly and it becomes a thing, and then we belittle in front of our children, which is
mhm,
we do it a lot of times and not even realize we're doing it, and that destroys our home.
yeah.
You're 100% right. Why would you want to be any kind of romantic sexually if
Or even
if you feel
not-
like a lesser person because that's the way they make you feel?
Yeah.
And we went through this a little bit because
Yeah.
I grew up in a house of boys. I had one sister and 3 brothers, and we joked. That was our love language, I guess. None of us had Jesus, so and we would make fun of each other all the time, and nobody got mad about it. And so when we started dating, I would make
I got mad.
fun of her, and not being mean, but I was like,
Yeah.
that's just what I was used to, and
Yeah.
like that was a divider in our marriage for a while. And I'm like, what is going on?
Mhm.
And then she just had to say, like, I'm not your brothers.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I've never been down this road before. I had to learn everything new on that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if she wouldn't have told
And
me, I
we're
wouldn't know.
not your employees.
Yeah.
I could keep going on it.
Yeah.
But-
And
And
Hey.
and another thing.
And I mean, I don't know if this needs to be said, but like, as far as sex, it doesn't need to be weaponized.
No,
You don't need to
no.
withhold to punish things like that. It just will hurt the marriage
Yeah.
if you're using it to punish or to reward. That because that's not what it's about. God gave it to us to enjoy together,
To bring it
to
closer.
bring
Yes,
us closer.
Yeah.
That's
to
why
give
it's
us
to be with
that-
one person.
Yes, to give it that
Yeah,
connection
exactly.
and that love. And if you're constantly using it against your spouse as a reward or as a punishment or as whatever, it just demeans it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's
100%.
not as special. And
It's, you're 100% right.
yeah, we've
Mhm.
never had that issue, but we've you hear people talk and,
Oh, we've all counseled. We've all worked with
Yes.
people, and because it's so common.
and so
Sex is a weapon, and it's also a pastime for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is dangerous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, sex is meant to be romantic. It's meant to be between a husband and a wife, and it's meant to be
It's
what
meant to bring 'em
draws
one to
them
one.
to a place that is literally. I mean,
Yeah.
in biblical terms, that's marriage.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When you had
Yeah.
sex, you became one, literally.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so, now we follow the law of man. We do a marriage ceremony. We write a
Mhm.
certificate and we have marriage. But it's designed to be what draws us
Yeah.
Mhm.
as
Together.
one person with God.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we make it so filthy and dirty in our
Mhm.
culture.
Oh yeah.
yes, the culture
And not
does.
just our culture. It's been, I mean,
Well,
I was
yeah.
in Ephesus on Sunday at Norwood. It's been the same thing. It's
The
just
church
got
in
different
Corinth.
names.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can go to
Yeah.
it's nothing new. No new sin under
Yeah.
the sun.
And you think about, I mean, in the Bible, think about how many times sexual sin is mentioned.
Yeah.
It's always been an issue. It will always be an issue. And that's why God designed it for two people to come together as one. And that's the way it was designed,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
100%.
Yeah. And
But
when you
no-
do it his way, it's like everything else. It just works better.
It does.
1000%. And here's what I'll tell you though, 'cause we talk to each other because you do go through things. You women will go through health issues.
Mhm.
They'll go through concerns. They may go through times where it's so painful that they don't want to have sex. They may
Mhm.
go through menopause or perimenopause, all these
Mhm.
things that may happen that may
Is perimenopause real?
Yes.
I'm still not sure.
it
Oh,
starts
my.
at 20, I think.
I think so.
Um,
Maybe. I don't
18. No, but
I'm
it,
kidding.
so all those things are very real, and so you guys, your body is, and once you have kids, whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's insane the technicalities that God created a woman in. I mean,
Yeah.
so much.
Well, and I think some men get stuck in like this is how we were as teenagers or as young adults,
Yeah.
and that is not how it's going to be the rest of your life. So you just need
Yes.
to get over it and figure
And then,
it out.
I mean,
and
in
move
all
on.
honesty,
Yeah.
talking about that angle of it, another thing that destroys sex is pornography.
Yes.
100%.
Like, I mean, we don't even have time to go into that tonight, but it absolutely will destroy.
Puts things up here
True,
that
yes.
take away the value of things in
That
front
is
of
not real.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
It's
just
not
no.
real.
And it can destroy what God, calls beautiful.
I always try to get people to understand when you look at pornography, understand you're looking at a person that is likely high on drugs to be able to do
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is not what you want.
No.
No.
You
I
want
don't-
someone that is
Well-
doing something with you that makes you one that you're
Yeah.
both enjoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, it's important.
Just communicate what your needs are to each other, both men and women.
Yeah.
Like
But I'd
Your
have
I
needs,
do.
and, your needs and your concerns
I'd
have,
have
to
to
be
talk
shared.
though.
Yeah. You gotta
Write it
try
Instead
down.
of just
Write it down.
listen.
instead of just doing this.
I'll text you.
Be sure to hit the right person.
That's a whole nother story. I did that once too. So
Yes, he did. He told some woman that he didn't sleep well last night
it was
without.
back in when I was doing
her in bed.
photography a lot, and luckily we knew this lady well. Luckily, and I sent her the text I meant to send her, and she laughed about it and said, "I think you got the wrong number." I'm like, "Yes, I did."
He said I didn't sleep. I was gone on a conference
Yeah.
or something. He said I didn't sleep without you in bed last night.
She's like, wrong bed, bro.
I think she said something like, "I didn't sleep either, but I think you got the wrong number."
That's exactly what she said. So,
Goodness.
but no, it's important to talk about it. And like she said it earlier. It is a very, very touchy situation because men need it for closeness,
Yeah.
and women need closeness for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's probably been the biggest battle in our whole marriage about sex, honestly. Like, and I figure it's everybody's. Like, it's just, we're wired so different.
Yeah. I'm like, I need you to emotionally connect with me before I do that. And he's like, oh, I can't emotionally connect until we've done
yeah,
that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
One of us always had to give
Yeah.
and to make it work.
But everything will be different if you invest in each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk
And
about
I'm
it.
not talking about just buying gifts and stuff. I'm talking about actually
Yeah. Time.
investing in
Yes.
time and
Emotionally. Yeah.
and that being a priority. Because if you're willing to invest that, then it's going to matter.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree.
I know we've gone a little bit long, but I think that this was very important.
It's either that or stop and start another one. So,
And we
Just
will do
break it
another
into
one.
two.
You know, if we make it to whatever, 75, whatever, we'll bring these girls back on.
100.
100,
100.
What?
49 more episodes, and we can bring
Yeah,
them
so
back on.
2 years.
We'll see.
I don't know how you know how many weeks there are in a year, but
Well, we skip a few.
okay, yeah, that's true here and there.
Yeah.
But we can't shy away from these things in conversation in
No.
marriage just because they're awkward. But here's the deal: they'll get less awkward if you're willing to talk to your spouse with them. If your wife or your husband matter to you that much,
Mhm.
then it's worth it, and the reward will be there. But it will take both of them doing it.
Mhm.
I mean, I can invest all day long, but if Shana doesn't want to invest, that doesn't work. So, in the same way, if she doesn't invest in me if she invests in me and I don't invest in her, it's not going to work. We both have to be willing to give to each other, but we also need to recognize and acknowledge each other.
Yeah.
Thank yous, and I appreciate that. And verbally saying, "Hey, I seen you did this for me," goes so far.
Hey, I seen you stood on a ladder and paid that and almost died. Thank you.
Right?
You're
It
welcome.
matters. so talk to each other, share with each other, and don't be afraid to have these emotional conversations and let your children see that you love each other.
Mhm.
I mean, they need to see that you're investing in each other. You're seeing that why is dad taking out the trash? Why does dad do the dishes? You know, because why does mom always sit right next to dad and cuddle with him? Those things matter. I think when your kids see these things, they're like, that's what I want in my
Mhm.
life. But how did it get there? You got to show them how it got there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Anything else?
No.
Renovation Conversations number 50.
50 is over.
It's over. We love you
Hour and
guys.
20 minutes.
Have a blessed day. And if we don't get canceled, we'll see you next week.
I'll see you guys.
God is always at work in you, restoring, renewing, and rebuilding. Thanks for listening to Renovation Conversations. Like and share, and we'll see you next time.
We ready? I get this kick started.
Kick start.
Let's remember this.
Sing it.
We're going to be respectful and nice. And remember that there are people that are actually watching this.
All 12 of them.
So not like we were in the office yesterday. Was that not nice and not respectful?
That was honest.
Do you want us to be nice or honest? I mean,
I want you to be nice
Lee,
and honest. And then when you can't do those two, sorry.
that's someone.
That's the friskiest you've been in 12 years.